What up, y'all? Y'all know what it is. Your boy is back in full effect. Doing the things I like to do. I like to smile. I like to have fun. Because this one here is really a funny one. For right now. But I want to get into something real serious before I turn it into something that's real funny, and how people like to speculate and talk about things that they don't even know what they're talking about, and they say the things that they heard. And me growing up, I don't like to talk about things that I heard. And if y'all notice, I ain't even get into welcome back to street knowledge and all that, because I take a lot of things that's serious, real serious. For real. But welcome back to Street Knowledge Podcast, and big shout out to all my knowledgeable people out there. Excuse me. All my knowledgeable people. I don't like to talk to the winos. Even though winos, they have a life too. And even with people that's drunk, they speak sober thoughts. So I respect that. I respect that. But when you don't speak sober thoughts and utilize the word my winos and speak things that's not really real reality, I have a problem with all that. And excuse my background noise right now, because we got things to do in the morning. So y'all gonna hear this background noise as well, because big things is really going on tomorrow. But first, I would like to really send my condolences to Gillie the kid, and to Wallow, because that's his brother, even though they are cousins, but that's his brother. And they just lost a big loss. And no parent should be burying their child. But this world that we live in now, man, anything possible, anything goes. Anything possible and anything goes, especially when it comes to our kids. In this new world order, social media, all of the above, man. And for somebody to come up with a theory because somebody making 100 million, 200 million, 150 million, whatever damn millions it is, there is no reason to ever come up with not a theory, with a reason to actually speak on this brother's loss about his child. I'm confused. Who would even think to even do such a thing when it actually just happened, is fresh? And to actually want to say Illuminati, and you had to sacrifice, and it probably ain't even have nothing to do with nothing more or less than just somebody took it upon themselves to take another life. It got nothing to do with no Illuminati and a sacrifice and all that stuff. Even if Illuminati is real, I don't know. I've been around celebrities a lot. I've been in the circumference, and I don't know the ins and the outs and the backsides and the and what behind the scenes and all that. But a brother lost his child. Why would somebody speak upon that as soon as this brother lost his child. But then speak in the manner of how they say that, or give knowledge to us as a culture. We better watch out because the government is making a move on us. You better make sure you got your food, your things of that nature is in order. But you would say something about, why would this man have his child in the hood and you got $100 million to split? And what does that got to do with this man losing his child? And even if it was the truth of what you were speaking, still, why would you speak on that? What kind of sense does that make? That man lost a child and did it right as soon as it happened. To say something as if he sacrificed his own child, that doesn't even make sense if you are speaking in the terminology of us sticking together. You giving insight about us being aware of what's about to happen later on down the road if we don't tighten up right now and get our affairs in order before the government, the white man, the Chinese, the whoever coming in to take over us as a whole. And then you speak about a man losing his son. On the day that it happened. I'm trying to figure out what sense does that make, man. And a lot of people is not feeling that. I've been getting calls from everywhere about this situation. And I ain't saying like I'm somebody. I'm just me, Bootsy. But you talking to a person that got to bury their child. And what money got to do with it? And why would somebody sacrifice their child? And first of all, you need to even know the situation. Whatever the situation might have been, probably way beyond what you're talking about to even paint this picture to your audience. That's not cool. It's not cool. Gillie lost his son today. Or whenever it happened. And I really just had to come up here right now and speak about it. That's not cool, bro. At all. However it happened. Him and his family is going through it right now. To hear somebody act like they chastising how it happened and the son in the hood. Let me explain something to you about kids when they are at a certain age bracket. If you don't have any in that certain age bracket. When they get a certain age bracket, they do what they want to do. You can't tell them nothing no more. They'll be in the hood. They'll be over here with the big celebrities. Then they'll be back in the hood. And then you'll tell them, don't be over there. We doing this and we doing that. They still have their own mind. They will say, I don't just want to be over here. I would still got friends over here. And then, they don't want to lose their morals, how they was taught not to have loyalty to who you grew up with and who you was with. So his son probably wanted to be over there with his friends. And sometimes that ain't even the case. People will hate on you anywhere and still take your life. That's not cool. To speak on it if you don't really even know what happened. And then add in Illuminati. Or it was a sacrifice because they got $100 million. Where Gillie and Wallow come from the hood. Wallow did mad time. A bunch of time, excuse me. Let me say a bunch of time. Because now I'm speaking in our terminology, which if people don't know what mad time mean a lot of time. But right now, yeah, I'm kind of in my feelings behind hearing that somebody would speak out on a brother that lost a child. Because if that was me, I would be going crazy right now. And I don't know Gillie and I don't know Wallow. But I watch their show and I watch how they come up and I love it. And I watch their grind and how they came up. And they deserve to get 100 million or whatever they got. And any other podcast out here that got a lot of money. If they work, bust their ass, I bust my ass. With the little bit of numbers that I got. And for the big numbers that they got, I know they bust their ass to work. So it's why it got to be about Illuminati when somebody lose a loved one. And even if there is Illuminati, I don't know. I don't believe nothing of the such. That a man think about sacrificing his child for $100 million, which me hearing about Gillie with his street presence, he was already getting money. I don't believe nobody gonna sacrifice their kid when they know they can get some money. And it's not even about street presence. Left the street presence alone to do the right thing and get some money. And I don't believe that no man will sacrifice their child. And for somebody to speak on it when it actually happened, even if that was true, why would you speak on it now? Speak on it later. That's not cool. Especially if you come from where we come from. And you come from where we come from, for you to speak on that, bro, like, that's deep. That's deep. A lot of people not feeling that. That's deep. When I watched it and I analyzed it, and I'm like, yo, hold up. Then I started getting phone calls. And this from brothers that got kids. This from brothers that got sons and daughters. Because it ain't about just the sons, it's about the daughters. I never sacrifice mine. And if somebody else ever even think about breathing on them wrong, I'm going to jail and be in there smiling. But we try to teach them the right thing and move the right way. But when they want to move their way, we have no control over it. They grown now. They are grown. We can't tell them nothing. We can give them our advice and our input and everything. But once they do what they do, then that's on them. We have no choice. So that man didn't have no choice of how his son moved. I'm sure and I know that Gillie and Wallow and whoever else is their loved ones that's behind the cameras done talk to his son or whoever else that's in his family. He can't monitor no grown man every day, all day. So that's wrong for you to do that and say that, man. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. And unless you got a child that age, you will never know. If you don't have a child that age that can tell you, whatever dad, whatever mom, you would never know. For you to even make those accusations or, you know, the 1, 2, 3 episodes you did. That's deep. That's deep. That's deep. Like, lost for words for that. And that's what's a problem with us, with our culture. We should be embracing our brother, losing a brother. losing a mother, losing a son, losing a daughter, losing a nephew, losing a cousin. We should be embracing. We shouldn't be making nothing up that fast and saying what was what and how it was and why they living in the hood. Can't tell that young brother where he want to live at. If you analyze and pay attention, and like I said, I don't know Wallow and Gillie, but if you analyze how Gillie moved, I know he wouldn't have had his son in no hood. And that's just me being real, recognized real. And if I'm wrong, somebody tell me I'm wrong. And if you don't know why somebody did that horrific, terrible act to his son, and you don't know the real reason behind it, you can't be up there speaking on his father and his uncle or / cousin as if you know what happened and utilize their name to make it make sense to people. And then make people look at Gillie like he's a messed up father. That's not good, man. That's another way of tearing down the black man, what you just did. And if you really had a problem, we could have kept it to yourself or got somebody to say, yo, let me holler at Gillie. You powerful enough to get somebody to reach out to him and get back to you and all that, because he know who you are. And say that to him, man. Instead of embracing him and feeling bad for him, you'd rather say this out in public to make it look like he did something wrong as a father. That's crazy. That's not good, man. And all these fathers out here is not feeling that. Like, that's not good. I just lost an artist, Carson James, white artist. White. Grown man. His father loved him to death. That's my business partner. Pushing his record, BET, we had it on everything. Spending mad, his budget is crazy. Mad money, mad money. Money ain't even a question. Money ain't even a question. His son in Vegas with his friends, they won $100,000. They doing mad things, just doing a bunch of things of what they wanted to do. And when I say mad things, mean a lot, just in case y'all people don't understand what I'm saying. But his father loved him to death, mama loved him to death, sister loved him to death. He a grown man. Can't tell him what to do. We just lost him. And we can't blame nobody. His picture's on my refrigerator right now as I speak. Carson James. Y'all go and think I'm playing. Carson James featuring Luke Nasty on YouTube. Video is up there. Carson James featuring what's the other one? I can't even think of it right now because I'm so lost for words. And this is obituary. This hang on my refrigerator. Can't make this up. This was a great person right here. His father gave him the best and tried to do the best of the best. But he had no control over that's his baby at the end of the day, but still a grown man. He had no control over what that grown man wanted to go out and do, even though that's his baby. And he's not here with us right now. And we had big plans for him. I know Gillie had big plans for his son. We had big plans for Carson James. He was going to be that next big Post Malone and all of the above. We got stuff crazy. Y'all go up there and y'all check it out. Think I'm playing. And his father and mother is going through it right now. And this was just a couple weeks ago. And now we talking about it. And I'm only talking about it now because this what happened with Gillie, and then somebody gonna say something about Gillie sacrificed his kid. Gillie left his kid in the hood. The white guy I just showed y'all, Carson James, he goes back to the hood. He's in college in Florida. Well, was in college in Florida. He's in a fraternity. Very well known, very well loved, very well respected in Florida, in Fayetteville, same thing. He be in the hood too. And his father's worth millions. Millions. He didn't care nothing about that. He loved being with his friends. His father don't even talk to a lot of people. My business partner's my friend, like a brother. But his son, the picture I just showed y'all, he liked to still deal with his friends. He loved all colors. He got a song right now on YouTube. Talking about how police disrespect black people. But my point is, you can't never say what your son or your kid or your daughter gonna do for a person to make a statement like that. That's crazy. Big shouts out to Gillie. Big shouts out to While I watch y'all show all the time. This ain't about no clout chasing. It's about speaking what's real. And what we supposed to do as a culture. We don't tear each other down. And especially when something like this happened. It's like kicking a man when they down, bro. Like, that's crazy to me. I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding, man. I'm not. So I don't know, man. And I want to say, y'all hit me in the comments and tell me what y'all feel about it and all that. But I really don't want to say it on the matter of like I'm pressed for comments, because I ain't pressed for comments in any of my other joints. But I do like to hear comments, so it give me something to talk about on the next thing. And I don't want to talk about this no more, so that's why I really don't want to say about drop a comment. But I really need to see some comments though of how y'all feel, and give y'all shouts out to you know, the Gillie and Wallow and their whole family, man, because that's not right. And I like to speak about what's right. And anybody be mad at me, I don't care. I'm just speaking what's real. Parents supposed to bury their kids, kids supposed to bury their parents, excuse me, not parents supposed to bury their kids. This is buck wild to me. Very crazy to me that somebody would even make a video about what the next man shouldn't have done with his son. Shouldn't have had him in the hood when his son could really do what he wanted to do. Even if he wasn't a grown man, he'd still sneak and go be in the hood. You don't have eyes 24/7 on your kids when they get a certain age and they can really go outside. You can't. I gotta smoke a black and mild of this one, man. Now I want to get into something else. And, you know, I'm always the one to speak out when people say something about my friends. And I'm always be the one. And then I get a few calls, you know, from my